Vlogmas day 16, you guys. I'm super excited because today's video is a Amazon book haul. I haven't done an Amazon book haul in months, and I just thought it was finally time to buy some new books to add to my TBR cart and to get me excited to read in the new year. And I feel like I picked up some really good books during this Amazon shopping spree, so I'm super excited to share all these books with you guys. This is going to be my last Amazon book haul for the year, which is crazy to think about, but don't worry, come 2023 there are going to be a lot more. But let's just jump right in because I'm super excited and I want to talk about all the books that I bought. So the first one that I picked up is one that has been on my TBR list for a while, and that is The Chase by Elle Kennedy. This is the first book in the Briar U series. So this year I read the entire off-campus series. It's actually right behind me, right here. All of these are my off-campus books, and I really enjoyed that series. I mean, the first book was definitely the best one out of the entire series. They kind of got progressively worse as the series went on, in my opinion, but I still enjoyed it so much that I wanted to pick up the Briar U series. Everyone says opposites attract, and they must be right, because there's no logical reason why I'm so drawn to Colin Fitzgerald. I don't usually go for tattoo-covered, video gaming, hockey-playing nerd jocks who think I'm flighty and superficial. His narrow view of me is the first strike against him. It doesn't help that he's buddy-buddy with my brother, and that his best friend has a crush on me, and that I just moved in with them. Fitzy has made it clear he's not interested in me, even though the sparks between us are liable to burn our house down. I'm not the kind of girl who chases after a man, and I'm not about to start. I've got my hands full dealing with a new school, a sleazy professor, and an uncertain future. So if my sexy roomie wises up and realizes what he's missing, he knows where to find me. I don't know how many books are actually in this series. I think it's 4 books in total. So I'm really excited to start this series in the new year. I've heard mixed reviews on this series. Some people really love it, others not so much. If you have read this book or have read the entire series, let me know your opinion on it down in the comments, just because I'm really interested to see if you guys enjoyed it. And if you read the off-campus series and the Briar series, which one did you enjoy the most? Let me know. The next book that I picked up is The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. So I actually read The Axe Hacks by Erin Sterling in October, I believe, and I really enjoyed that book. I thought it was really cute, it was funny, and it had the spooky vibes that I needed for the Halloween season. I don't know if this takes place in Halloween. I actually haven't read the synopsis. I just saw that this book came out and I decided to pick it up right away. Let's find out what this book is about together. Gwen Jones is perfectly happy with her life in Graves Glen. She, her mom, and her cousin have formed a new and powerful coven. She's running a successful witchcraft shop, Something Wicked, and she started mentoring some of the younger witches in town. As Halloween approaches, there's only one problem. Wells Penhallow. Wells has come to Graves Glen to reestablish his family's connection to the town they founded and to make a new life for himself. When he opens up a shop of his own, Penhallows, just across the street from Something Wicked, he quickly learns he's gotten more than he bargained for in going up against Gwen. When their professional competition leads to a very personal and very hot kiss, both Wells and Gwen are determined to stay away from each other, convinced the kiss was just a magical fluke. But when a mysterious new coven of witches comes to town and Gwen's powers begin fading, she and Wells must work together to figure out just what these new witches want and how to restore Gwen's magic before it's too late. So it does take place in Halloween. That's okay. I mean, the first book, The Axe Hacks, wasn't really scary. It's not a horror book by any means, and I think this is just a romantic comedy, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not mad that it takes place in Halloween, and I'm really excited to read it. I actually liked Gwen's character in The Axe Hacks, so I'm really excited to see her character get developed in this book. The next book is one that I've seen literally everywhere, all over YouTube. So many people are recommending this book. I think it came out in November, so it's a fairly recent release, and that is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. The cover is adorable. Again, I've seen this book everywhere. I've seen so many people rave about it. I actually haven't seen too many negative reviews on this book. It's kind of long for a romance novel, but it's okay. Anastasia, oh my god, I love that name. Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA, a competitive figure skater since she was 5 years old, a full college scholarship thanks to her place on the Maple Hill skating team, and a schedule that would make even the most driven person weep. Stassi comes to win. Nathan Hawkins has never had a problem he couldn't solve. As captain of the Maple Hills Titans, he knows the responsibility of keeping the hockey team on the ice rests on his shoulders. When a misunderstanding results in the two teams sharing a rink and Anastasia's partner gets hurt in the aftermath, Nate finds himself swapping his stick for tights and one scary coach for an even scarier one. The pair find themselves stuck together in more ways than one, but it's fine because Anastasia doesn't even like hockey players, right? Is this dual POV? If it is, I'm going to be so excited to read this. I think it is dual POV. Oh my god, I think it is. I probably will start this book before the year is over because, again, I've seen it everywhere and I've seen so many people rave about it, so it just makes me want to read it ASAP. So I'll probably read this before the year is over, but I'm really looking forward to starting this very soon. Oh, and it's part of a series. Well, it's going to be a part of a series. Yeah, the UCMH series. So I guess Hannah Grace is going to write more books. That's fun. The next book that I picked up is When in Rome by Sarah Adams. Sarah Adams actually wrote the cheat sheets, which I actually read this year. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was a cute little romantic comedy, friends to lovers, fake dating type of thing, which friends to lovers is not really my most favorite trope. So that's why I only gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, but I still enjoyed the book for what it was. So when I saw that she had another book come out, I think this book came out this year if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it came out in 2022. When I saw that this book came out, I decided to pick it up because, again, I enjoyed Sarah's writing in the cheat sheet. But this one is about Amelia Rose. My cat's name is Amelia. It's so cute. Known as Ray Rose to her adoring fans, is burned out from years of maintaining her Princess of Pop image. Inspired by her favorite Audrey Hepburn film, Roman Holiday, she drives off in the middle of the night for a break in Rome, Kentucky, that is. First of all, I love Audrey Hepburn as well, so extra points for that. When Noah Walker finds Amelia on his front lawn in her broken down car, he makes it clear he doesn't have the time or patience for celebrity problems. He's too busy running the pie shop his grandmother left him and reminding his nosy, belovable neighbors to mind their own damn business. Despite his better judgment, he lets her stay in his guest room, but only until her car is fixed and she's on her own. So it's giving me very much Grumpy Sunshine. But Noah starts to see a different side of Ray Rose. He sees the real Amelia. He can't help but get close to her. Soon she'll have to return to her glamorous life on tour, but until then, Noah will show Amelia all the charming small town experiences she's been missing, and she'll help him open his heart to more. So this is definitely Grumpy Sunshine, which is one of my favorite tropes. It has a small town vibe, which I love books with the small town vibe. I love small towns. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait to start this, you guys. And I actually haven't heard a lot of people talk about this book, so I don't know. Hopefully it's good. I'll let you guys know my thoughts on that. I feel like I'm going to like When in Rome a lot more than I liked the cheat sheet, just because it's not friends to lovers and it's Grumpy Sunshine. So it's more up my alley. The next book that I picked up is actually a thriller, and it's Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. This is a hardcover. I'm not a huge fan of hardcover books, but I like the cover of this one and I like how it feels. It feels weird. I don't know how to describe it, but I like the feel of it. After years of avoiding one another, Daisy's entire family is assembling for Nana's 80th birthday party in Nana's crumbling Gothic house on a tiny island. They're finally back together one last time, and when the tide comes in, they will be cut off from the rest of the world for 8 hours. The family arrives, each of them harboring secrets. Then, at the stroke of midnight, as the storm rages, Nana is found dead. An hour later, the next family member follows. Trapped on an island where someone is killing them one by one, the Darkers must reckon with their present mystery as well as their past secrets before the tide goes out and all is revealed. Doesn't that sound like it's going to be such a good thriller? I've actually never read anything by Alice Feeney, but I think she's a very popular thriller author. I've seen a lot of her books everywhere, and a lot of her books are always being recommended like on TikTok and on YouTube, so I'm really excited to finally read one of her novels, and this one sounds like it's going to be such a good thriller. I'm definitely going to save this for a rainy day. It's actually supposed to rain next week, so maybe I'll film like a cozy rainy reading vlog reading this book. Let me know if that's something that you guys want to see during Vlogmas, and I can definitely film it. And then, of course, is it a book haul without Miss Colleen Hoover? I own so many of her books already, and I think I only have 4 books left that I have to read from her, and then I can finally say that I read all of her books. I've been seeing this book pop up a lot, and I've seen a lot of mixed reviews. I think it's very different compared to her other books, and the book is Too Late. Like, doesn't that cover kind of creep you out a little bit? It creeps me out. Sloane will go through hell and back for those she loves, and she does every single day. After finding herself stuck in a relationship with the dangerous and morally corrupt Asa Jackson, Sloane will do whatever it takes to get by until she's able to find a way out. Nothing will get in her way, nothing except Carter. Sloane is the best thing to ever happen to Asa. And if you ask Asa, he say he's the best thing to ever happen to Sloane. Despite Sloane's disapproval of Asa's sinister lifestyle, he does exactly what he needs to do in order to stay a step ahead in his business. He also does exactly what he needs to do in order to stay a step ahead of Sloane. Nothing will get in his way, nothing except Carter. Okay, so is this like a love triangle situation? I think it's dual POV as well, which you guys know I love. I feel like this is going to be an intense read, and I'm literally ready for it. Again, I've heard so many mixed reviews on this book. Some people love it, other people hate it, other people say it's too dark. Although I'm not sure why it would be dark unless there's like, I don't know, drugs or alcohol involved. I don't know, but excited to read it. And then the next book that I picked up, I think, is another thriller. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I think it's a thriller. And that is The Maid by Nida Prose. This one I've seen everywhere, and I think this won a Goodreads Choice Award, which is why I decided to pick it up. It's also a New York Times bestseller, so there's that. Molly Gray is not like everyone else. She struggles with social skills and misreads the intentions of others. Her Gray used to interpret the world for her, codifying it into simple rules that Molly could live by. Since Grant died a few months ago, 25-year-old Molly has been navigating life's complexities all by herself. No matter, she throws herself with gusto into her work as a hotel maid. Her unique character, along with her obsessive love of cleaning and proper etiquette, makes her an ideal fit for the job. She delights in donning her crisp uniform each morning, stocking her cart with miniature soaps and bottles, and returning guest rooms at the Regency Grand Hotel to a state of perfection. But Molly's orderly life is upended the day she enters the suite of the infamous and wealthy Charles Black, only to find it in a state of disarray and Mr. Black himself dead in his bed. Before she knows what's happening, Molly's unusual demeanor has the police targeting her as their lead suspect. She quickly finds herself caught in a web of deception, one she has no idea how to untangle. I've heard really good things about this book. I mean, it won a Goodreads Choice Award. I think it was like the best thriller. I don't know what award it won, if I'm being honest, but I did see it on Goodreads and I decided to give it a try, and I'm excited. Let me know in the comments below if you have read this book, and let me know what your thoughts were on it. I got a lot of hardcover books. Actually, I only got 2 hardcover books, but that's a lot for me because I normally don't buy a hardcover book, but I actually think that these 2 books didn't have a paperback version, so I kind of was forced to buy a hardcover. The next book that I have here is Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Shrama. Karina Mann dreams of having a love story like her parents, but she prefers restoring her classic car to swiping right on dating apps. When her father announces he's selling her late mother's home, Karina makes a deal with him. He'll gift her the house if she can get engaged in 4 months. That's messed up. But her search for a soulmate becomes impossible when her argument with Dr. Prem Verma, host of the Dr. Dill show, goes viral. Now the only man in her life is the one she doesn't want. Dr. Prem Verma is dedicated to building a local community health center, but he needs to get donors with deep pockets. The Dr. Dill show was doing just that until his argument with Karina went viral and he was left shortchanged. That's when Karina's meddling aunties present Prem with a solution. Convince Karina he's her soulmate and he'll regain funding for his clinic. Even though his views on love, matches, and arranged matches conflict with hers, Prem finds the more he's with Karina, the more he begins to believe she's the woman he wants to spend the rest of his life with. So I'm getting enemies to lovers from that synopsis. I think this is another book that came out this year, so it's fairly new. I just think this will be a cute little rom-com to read. I don't think I've read anything from this author. Actually, I know I haven't read anything from this author, so hopefully it's good. I haven't heard too much about this book, but I thought the synopsis and the cover was really cute. Looking forward to starting that. And then I have one more book that I ordered, but it actually hasn't been delivered yet because I ordered it late last night. The book is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I actually haven't haven't read any book from Riley Sager, but I've wanted to this entire year. A lot of his books have been on my radar. This one's like a haunted house story, a haunted house thriller. 25 years ago, Maggie and her parents moved into Bainbury Hall, a rambling Victorian estate in the Vermont woods. Oh my god, Vermont is beautiful. I went once and I'm dying to go back. 3 weeks later, they fled in the dead of night, an ordeal her father recounted in a memoir called House of Horrors. His story of supernatural happenings, malevolent spirits became a worldwide phenomenon, rivaling the Amityville horror in popularity and skepticism. Maggie was too young to remember any of the horrific events that supposedly took place, and as an adult, she doesn't believe a word of her father's claims. Ghosts, after all, don't exist. I believe in ghosts. When she inherits Bainbury Hall after his death and returns to renovate the place and sell it, her homecoming is anything but warm. The locals aren't thrilled that their small town has been made infamous, and human characters with starring roles in House of Horrors are waiting in the shadows. Even more unnerving is Bainbury Hall itself, a place where unsettling whispers of the past lurk around every corner, and as Maggie starts to experience strange occurrences ripped from the pages of her father's book, the truth she uncovers about the house's dark history will challenge everything she believes. So that one sounds really good. I feel like it's going to be a really good thriller, and I've read so many great things about his books. I think they're very popular as well, so I'm excited to finally read one, and I'll definitely share my thoughts on that book and on all of the books that I picked up on Amazon during this haul. I'm really excited to start reading all of these books, you guys. I'm definitely going to film a lot of reading vlogs featuring these books, so definitely stay tuned for those. I'll probably film a couple during Vlogmas because I'm just too excited to read some of these to wait until the new year. Let me know in the comments below if you have read any of these books, and let me know what your thoughts were on those. Guys, I'm editing this video and I just realized I never did chocolate of the day, so we're going to do it now. Today's Vlogmas day 16. Ooh, this one's wrapped. This is today's chocolate. This is a chocolate, milk chocolate. Tastes like milk chocolate. That's good though. It tastes like any other milk chocolate, so I give it like a 7 out of 10. Not bad. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you a part of my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.